Hello and welcome to all cameras. We are at the Hairy Dog in Derby because we've come to interview one of Derby's best exports. There you go.
That's going on the album tag, that's going on the poster. Best exports.
I said you were exports, which is the same one.
We've got
Think on that.
I meant like actual things though.
Actual things? Yeah. I'm sure this stuff comes from Derby. Anyway, we're at the Hairy Dog, which is the heavy metal place around here, and we've come to discuss what is possibly the funniest thing that's arrived in my inbox this year, and a damn good bloody death metal album at the same time. It's Race Play Arts are here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming. Right, starting off, just because I know you guys got a song there, I wore a Frozen Soul t-shirt today.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's going to get me in any trouble.
No, you'll be alright with that. I think you're fine.
But I was thinking on the way over, it might be slightly triggering for people who watch the new Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's got frozen ghosts on it.
Yeah.
So if you have, and this affects you, please look away now.
Trigger warning.
I love the fact you chose that as the first single, the Dying Fetus track.
Yeah, I'm sorry I wore a Dying Fetus t-shirt to your baby's gender reveal party.
Which is
I had to practice saying that so many times before. We played it live before we released it, basically. And it got a really good laugh live. And I was like, okay, this is good laugh. Because I was a bit like, and this will go one or two ways. Like, people will like this or they won't like this. So we played it live and we got a big laugh. But before we went on, I was like, I'm 90% sure I'm going to butcher saying this song every time. And I haven't yet.
No,
So,
that's the rocky road between a good gag and actual pronunciation.
yes. Exactly.
You know the joke lands when you say it at an indie festival as well.
Yeah,
People can appreciate it.
It's one of those things because I think there's not a single metaler in the world that hasn't had that problem at some point. Where, especially on things like non-uniform days.
Yeah.
Just wear what you'd normally wear. Well, Cannibal Corpse did.
Regular filth.
Yes.
For the regular filth.
That one, yeah. Yeah, I've seen a few like kids walking through town thinking, it looked great in the shop.
Yeah.
In everyday life it comes under duress.
I remember once when I was younger, I went to see Chimera, and they had a white t-shirt with the Impossibility of Reason logo. And I was like, that's amazing. And it's like a blood splatter thing. So I bought it, but I didn't know it had a back rim. And in bold on the back, it just said, I hate everyone. And I got it home, and my mum was just like, you are not wearing it. Like, you're going to look like a nut if you got like that. And I was like, yeah, I went out in it, and people were just like,
And then you sat here wearing a suffocation shirt.
yeah, it's a bit like, yeah, you can't see it.
Suffocating's not offensive. Well, it is if it's happening.
It can be done in a Western way.
So, what came first, because the comedy element is so strong with what you do, but you're obviously a proper death metal band, like you play really well, you know.
Thank you.
Well, yeah,
That's reassuring to hear.
It's good to know because I think like part of the the crisis that we sometimes have is that like people think we're funny, but like we do want to write decent tunes as well. Like we want to
listenable music.
you want to strip away the comedy and it still be like a decent album.
Yeah.
So we hope that we've done that with the new one. I think like people are saying that we have who we speak to outside of our circle. So
absolutely.
Fingers crossed we're onto something cool.
Well, yeah, and I don't know, it's probably been mentioned to you before, I'm a massive Black Dahlia Murder fan, and there was a bit of that there which I can
say
totally relate to, but that's good if you can have influences, have kick-ass influences. It's like, he's...
And wear them on your sleeve as well. Like,
absolutely.
We could be a bit more subtle with it, maybe.
I think the entire first album we went around saying, there's Carcass songs.
The first album just stole Carcass's riffs. Yeah. That's just all that happened.
If you're going to steal from the best.
Of course. Just, so Black Dahlia is a huge influence, obviously.
I only say that vocally.
Yeah. Well, for me.
On certain words.
Yeah. And like some of the pronunciation of words, there's a huge influence for me in terms of like Dahlia and Trevor and
yes.
He did and like
on monumental frontman.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And my gateway to extreme metal. So first, when I was wanting to get into the heavier side of things, like Dahlia were my gateway, and still remain one of my favourite bands. So they definitely still live on within our music.
I always worry when I say I can hear that influence in there, if I get it wrong. But so far, I'm all right. I was interviewing the Sleep Mates Waves the other day, and I said their first track sounds a lot like a Perfect Circle. And I thought, well, they're a really intelligent band. Is that dumbing it down? And they went, oh, thank you. And I was,
Yeah, no, then like again, like one of the biggest compliments for me is if someone's like, "You guys sound a bit like Black Dahlia," like I'm like, perfect. Or like, "Oh, that was a bit of a Carpenter song." I'm like, yes.
Also,
yes.
bang on money.
Like, don't ever apologise for comparing us because it's like the biggest compliment to me.
Now, another one of your song titles that really tickled me, and I have you to blame for bursting out laughing in public, in Waitrose.
Nice.
Of all places, I was doing
This is a classic.
I popped out to buy some bread. Yeah, I come from a posh part.
Harrogate is lovely.
Well, I'm not in Harrogate anymore,
No.
but I'm in the posh parts of Leeds now.
Oh.
Anyway, this is not about me. But yeah, I'm wandering around, and then next track title came up, and it was Dance Like Barney Greenway.
Yeah.
Now, I reviewed Napalm Death the other day, and I can attest to the fact it's a very particular dance.
It's
Captivating is the word, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, unique.
Yeah.
I would say. I think it's amazing.
It is
And
incredible.
that's all the song's about. It's just how much I love how he dances on stage.
It's just of its own. If you've never seen Napalm Death before, and if you're watching this, you probably have. It's a kind of mixture of moshing and jogging on the spot.
And in the song as well, I kind of describe what I think it looks like
Right.
being chased by a swarm of invisible wasps.
Yeah.
Somewhere between a power walk and a light jog. You know what I mean? It just kind of goes through that. And I think it's, we've seen Napalm Death a handful of times, and they're always just like amazing. And that is actually a little bit of a love letter to Napalm Death as well, about just kind of like how amazing they are, but how, entrancing.
Yeah.
Barney Greenway is.
I mean, he knows it.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I think he plays into it.
I think they'll love it as a tribute. I think it's an affectionate tribute.
Well, most of the album is. I think that most of the album is kind of like, there's no malice in what we do. It's
Yes.
kind of like we love the genre of extreme metal. We're fans first, and then so we're just poking fun at it, but from like an inside point of view, we're not
Absolutely.
kind of going,
Yeah. I don't think you'll have anything to worry about, like backstage at Bloodstock or anything.
No. Yeah, someone's like had crosswords with us, or
Maybe Danzig. I hear he's a bit touchy.
yeah.
But the chance of you bumping into Danzig are
very slick.
He doesn't like England for a start.
No, so we're safe then. I think. Well, he won't like the music video.
There's a video, brilliant.
Yeah, there's going to be a video, so he won't like that.
The first
If you're
5
watching-
seconds.
Yeah, if you're watching that dancing, that's probably,
Danzig's not watching this. But so it does come across that you're fans first, and it's an affectionate ribbing from fans.
Oh,
yeah.
The same discussions you hear in queues, queuing up for gigs.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. I like to earwig on the crowd a bit when I'm queuing up for gigs, and you hear sometimes, frankly, preposterous opinions, but sometimes there's some stuff you just chuckle to, especially if you're at somewhere like Bloodstock and you hear the campfire conversations and stuff.
Yeah,
It's like that came to life, and it's brilliant.
Well, that's how we started off, wasn't it? It was just something to do over a weekend, just me and Sam getting together, having a laugh, writing some songs, because I got a 7-string guitar and thought, wow, it's a low tuning.
Yeah.
And then just stole carcass riffs. And we went from there.
And I didn't know how to scream. I learned how to scream in his bedroom.
We had to re-record the first album like 3 times.
I bet you blew your voice out.
I was trying to find my footing as well, and that's probably where the Black Dahlia influence came from, because I started trying to do lows, they were terrible. And then I kind of very good. And then the mid ones were kind of okay, and they've got a bit better. But the high was where I was like, okay, the high screams.
They do recommend you start with high and work back down.
Yeah, okay. So
That's what that Melissa woman said on the internet.
Oh yes, I did.
You know the Melissa.
I bought her DVD and I flicked through it and was like,
Yeah.
I got this. I know what
Guy
I'm
from
doing.
Longshore Shore saying, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
I don't actually listen to
Put a
that.
camera down your front.
Yes. Yeah, that was off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was strange.
Yeah.
Not a fan of those videos.
And I used to work in a hospital, and that was strange.
Yeah.
Not for me.
But we started out in Alex's bedroom every Sunday, ruining your family's Sunday dinners.
Yeah, pretty much.
For about a year, and then went from there.
Yeah, so I mean, did you pick up musicians from around about the local scene?
Yeah,
Derby is really strong on metal, isn't it? There's a lot of musicians.
It is, but hilariously, we kept it even locally.
Yeah,
we didn't even go out of the hometown.
We live in a small town called Ashbourne, which is, if you've ever watched The League of Gentlemen,
Yes.
is a lot like Royston Daisy. I mean, if you're from Ashbourne, you won't like me saying that.
But it's true, and you can't deny it.
Yeah, so we literally, the whole town.
Yeah, all of them. We auditioned the whole town.
In the town hall.
All 5 of them.
But the whole band is from the town. We all went to the same school.
Oh, right.
So, I mean, the age groups is slightly different. Like Mark and Toby are a little, like the guitarist and bassist are a little bit older than the rest of us. I went to school with the drummer Lee, and I was like mates with his brother, and then married through his brother.
That's lucky that you went to school with a world-class death metal drummer, because his drumming's incredible.
Yeah, he's one of
Don't
those.
tell him that, because he'll get a bit too big for his
Yeah, cut
boots.
this bit out.
Acutely.
Yeah, but yeah. So basically, yeah, we were all mates to begin with, and so it was just kind of like, yeah, let's start this band. Kind of did it as a little bit of an in joke for ourselves. Grew from there, and then it's like not stopped.
Yeah.
From there, kind of thing. It's been a bit weird.
It was the thing of it was a mythological band. It was like, because you had a bit of time off, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because life happens, etc., etc. But it was all like, did you ever get to see Great by Owls? Like, you know, they like, did you see them? And it was like this sort of hallowed thing. And then when you came back, obviously, everyone was really chuffed. And I think you were away for a Slayer amount of time, weren't you? Like 5 years.
So there's 5 years between albums. So
Slayer amount. I'm going to start using it to refer to 5 years.
Like, not actually splitting up. As a Slayer amount of time.
So it was kind of in between COVID and everything, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we went down a weird but good path for us, actually, and that's actually how it helped cause the shape of the new album. Was that we started doing online videos, and that became a big thing, and then we kind of just didn't do an album for 5 years. Like, not for lack of trying.
No, we probably wrote like some of the songs, or started writing it at least like 2 or 3 times over the 5-year gap, but it didn't go anywhere because obviously we couldn't see each other over the pandemic period.
And just because we were just like quite rubbish. But
that as well.
But yeah, last year, 23, we really pulled our finger out, spent pretty much the year on it. Yeah. And towards the end of last year, had it ready and just planned
Really
it out.
strong as well. I mean,
Thank you.
Super strong. It's not just like I say, a good listen if you're up for a laugh. I mean, there are Alan Partridge samples. Big up on that. I'm always saying that I'm the heavy metal version of Batman. In my downward trajectory and sometimes upwards, it's scary.
Yeah,
scary. And you know, Simon Pegg referencing a bit. You know, so it's all very much in my wheelhouse, humour-wise. You know.
It all pulls in from stuff that we like. Again, it goes not just musically. So like, obviously we pull in influences from the bands we like, but from the comedies we like.
Yeah.
So like, the era is very much 90s to early 2000s, which was British comedy.
Can't fault it.
Yeah,
You can't.
and it's
Literally, you can't.
yeah. So we grew up on that stuff. So
Yeah, that's what I wanted to focus a little on, the comedy aspect of it, of course. Have you got any background? Have you tried stand-up or anything like that?
Do you know what? It's interesting. I would like to. I'd like to give it a go. I don't know.
Scary, isn't it?
It's scary. The good thing with doing it on stage with Raised by House is if I start to die,
Yeah.
We can just go into
a song. And without that comfort blanket, I'd be. I'd have to put some effort in.
Do you know, you've got a platform where you could just like increase the banter. Just, like,
true.
Like, that gives you all less to do.
But you can have a nice break. You can have a nice drink on stage and stuff while I try and pursue my stand-up career.
Put your tight 10 in.
Your tight 10.
Yeah. You want to be funny. It's engaging to be funny, and you want to be funny. You
Yeah.
want to make people, because it's really rewarding making people laugh.
Yes.
Well, it's awesome, but it's it's not sometimes not easy.
Well, if you put someone on the spot and just say, be funny, then nothing funny will come out. Nothing.
Yeah, horrible.
Like, literally. And you can put stuff on paper and it looks great and you're chuckle to yourself because it's made for you.
Exactly.
It might not be like, Of course.
So yeah, but the video aspect of what you do, there's a lot of it's really well observed. I mean, but there's so many stereotypes in our scene that it's like shooting fish in a barrel sometimes, especially the ones with like big things coming.
Yeah.
I've seen about 17 examples of that today.
Yeah, exactly. and that's all it is. It's just kind of looking at our surroundings and being like, okay, what happens and how can we twist this to make it a little bit comical and humorous and stuff. And again, for the most part, never in ill.
No.
Never with malice or anything. Like, our intention is never to kind of.
But we always punch up, don't we? We never.
So it's got to be. We're not looking to divide a crowd. You see what I mean? We want, like, as hippie as it sounds, to unify people with like a shared experience, like something that we all recognise, that we all. I do that. Like that kind of thing is what we're going.
Metal historically has always been quite light-hearted. It's only recently it's got very serious.
Yeah.
You know, I remember like going back to like you show my age here, but like going to Donington in the late 80s, early 90s. And just the banter in the crowd was just hilarious. It was just always, and it was very self-effacing. It was kind of like taking a piss out of itself, and a lot of like, I mean, come on. Power metal doesn't seriously think that.
This have you seen the album covers?
Yes.
How can you take any of Manuel seriously?
Really that obsessed with wizards?
Yeah.
Dragons aren't real, mate.
You're just wrong.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like metal is inherently ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think he knows it.
Yeah, and that's its charm, right? That's why people love it. You know?
What other genre would you go to? Like pay £20 to see a band, give yourself whiplash, and then do it again the next day?
Yeah.
It's just mad, isn't it?
Yeah, or several times in a day.
Exactly,
Festivals, come out like a non-veteran. I mean, there is an inherent ridiculously about metal that I think should be celebrated. Yeah. And I think even Iron Maiden and whatnot, they don't take themselves seriously, surely. I mean,
no, and I think even the bands that do take themselves seriously, like some of the like super serious black metal bands, that makes it funnier.
Oh,
they're even funnier because they take it so seriously.
Festivals, which ones?
So we're playing an indie festival called Wine Art Festival.
I know the one.
We're just a house band.
Yeah.
Every Sunday they just book us on.
You are to them what Kirsty's metal hands are to Arctime.
Yeah, literally. And it puts on the exact same spot. It was one year they actually didn't even ask us. They just put the poster out and we were on it and we were like, okay, cool, let's play. And that was it. We were like, alright, cool. We're playing Mangata Festival in Nottingham.
Yes.
It's kind of like across multiple venues within.
The guy who does our graphics is sponsoring one of the sketches.
Yes, yeah.
Graphics Fix.
Yeah,
Big up Rory.
Yeah, he's a great dude. I've been chatting with him online. I don't know if we're on his stage. We might be on his stage.
Could be. Has he talked to you about doing a hot sauce yet?
Yes, he has.
Yes,
Yeah, I would have thought. And some shirt designs and stuff. We've been chatting about all sorts of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a great dude. So we've got Mangata, we've got Wine Art, and then we've got Bloodstock. Yeah, and we're playing the main stage of Woodstock, which is
that'd be good.
Yeah, which is crazy because actually our first gig was ever was Metal for the Masses.
Right.
So we entered the Nottingham Metal for the Masses, having never played a show.
Yeah.
Like not out of ego or anything.
No,
Like, we're going to storm this.
Give it a crack.
Like just like we've got
nothing to lose.
So, which was in hindsight idiotic. It's just like, how did we think we were going to get anywhere? But so we lost. We got kicked out the first round. It was a great first show. Then we got brought back as the wild card.
Yeah.
And then we won.
Oh wow!
So we won Metal for the Masses in
Careful what you wish for.
Well, the thing is as well, like between the bit where we got kicked out and the bit where we became the wild card, we went and got a load of gigs under our belt. Cool. So we kind of went up and down the country and was like, okay, we've got our bearings now.
Must have played a dozen gigs between.
Yeah, it was like it felt like a bit more well-oiled by the time we came back for the wild card. So we won Metal for the Masses, played the New Blood, got invited back to play the Sophie a couple of years later and now main stage. So it felt like a very a good, and we're unsigned. We did the DIY for the most part, so it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you are unsigned. This is something that like struck me. Speaking of someone who puts out a lot of independent music myself, because I do electronic music. You've managed to do a lot without any backing. Like,
we're heavily in debt.
We're hemorrhaging money. We're so poor.
I'm young journalist.
Probably the videos. Of how
Yes,
I think maybe.
It's such a powerful medium these days, though. I do think like if a band puts out a single, you've got to have a video.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it will just get forgotten. But if you can make a half-decent video on very little money these days, and it does make all the difference.
I mean, we're proof of the pudding, aren't we?
But attention spans aren't there either. Like people's attention spans are so short, you've got to grab them in a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're done. So Yeah, I don't know how we've really managed. We've been very lucky. I think we've
definitely landed on our feet a couple of times.
Yeah, we've had some good opportunities that have just kind of presented right time, right place kind of thing.
It would seem very savvy, because like with your shorts, with the TikToks and all that, it is very savvy. But I'd be right in saying it's not that much by design, is it?
Do you know what? A lot of people come up to us and think that we've got this super slick plan of doing everything.
Not that maybe laid out.
Yeah, and actually we go. What people don't see is that we just go from week to week going, how are we doing this? Like, we don't know what we're doing. We have no idea.
It seems funny.
But we don't have any idea of what we're doing anywhere. But we just kind of like fake it till you make it.
Absolutely.
Like, we have fun, and I think people resonate with fun.
Yeah.
So like if you're having fun with it, people are just like, all right, yeah, I'll have fun with that.
Like, you must have been courted by labels, surely.
No, we've never had the chat. Well, we've had the chat internally. We've kind of discussed ourselves, like, oh, should we? Yeah. And maybe after this one, if this one does all right, maybe we kind of talk about what that'd mean. But
it's a funny question these days because you can do so much on your own.
That's
we
it.
can, and
I think we've always been a bit hesitant as well because the inclusion of like other metal bands and celebrities.
Yeah.
It's a weird like grey area.
Yeah, and also if you had a label, it's not just like an old band where you just say, hey, these songs all right. They probably be correcting your comedy as well,
Yeah,
and that is a very subjective thing. And
like our release schedule for like the videos would be, you know, it'd be like clamped down on probably if we were on some kind of label.
If we're kind of ripping on a bigger band or something, and it's just meant
and someone knows someone.
Yeah, and then like, actually, can you just not do that? And it's kind of like, I wouldn't really want to do that.
It wouldn't be fun.
So yeah, it kind of takes it. So we're not closed to the idea, but I think we'd have to go in it with and
you'd have to have 100% creative control.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
And just think about it before we did. But we kind of like just do it ourselves and enjoy it, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
And while it's fun, I mean, that's what it's all about. None of us are getting really
No, absolutely not.
But yeah, that's a bit of a dour way to finish this. No, we're having a great time.
We're not getting any younger. We're not getting great.
Rex.
Anyway, back to work.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, death metal.
Death metal actually brings me on to one of your track titles, which was I thought OSDM was a sexual position, or was a sexual thing. Sex thing.
I honestly thought OSDM was a sex thing. I've not had to say that one live, so that one. Oh, sorry.
But it's funny because I honestly did as well. I thought it was some sort of dark wave thing. I thought, oh, dark wave people are a bit.
Sexism bullying. It's a sex freak. That would be part of your sex festival. That one I call it that one because Alex does the main vocals on that song.
Yes.
So he does the logo rolls on that. And I wanted to write a song that he would hate singing. So I wrote the lyrics that all be kind of sexual references to death metal bands. And I was really laughing writing it, knowing that he was going to hate it. Like, he was just going to hate this song. And I sent it to him, he was like, I'm not singing that. I'm not singing that.
It's annoyingly over one of my favourite riffs I think I've ever written as well.
Also, the sample at the start of the song, you were dead against as well.
I did not want to do that. What was it, Blanche falling down the stairs?
Yeah, Blanche from Coronation Street falling down the stairs, but she shouts. But how the context it sounds so.
I did wonder where that came from.
Yeah, it's just
I thought it was like a
Coronation
Gale Platt sort of.
And he was like, look, I've sang this song, I've sang this horrible song for you, I'm not putting that at the start.
It's just,
And I have to say, it sounds authentically brutal, old school brutal death metal.
Yeah.
Like it's got the right tone. Like the guitar tone is a little fuzzier, and the vocal tone. It sounds like an undeaf thing or something like that. You know.
Yeah, that's what we're going for. So
Yes.
I'm glad you said that.
Again, like influences on our sleeve. It's like there's no kind of shame of like, oh, we're trying to be a new entity. It's like, we're just trying to sound like Morbid Angel.
It's funny you say, I was queuing up for a hardcore gig the other day, and I heard a kid in the crowd, and you were behind trying to get a large one with his mates going, oh, this band from Nottingham like totally ripped off my riff. And then he listen, he played it on his phone, it was like literally the most generic jump. I was like, yeah, everyone does that.
I think we've all done that.
The ripped off our riff that we stole from the sugar.
So nothing's new, everything's funny.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and we're not making any money.
Yeah, we're all for. So enjoy it. Hope you're proud of yourselves.
Yeah.
Thank you for being with us.
No, thank you for having us.
And we'll catch you at some of these live shows. I'll be there with my camera, trying to capture your biggest gurn faces.
Yeah, good. There's plenty of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you later.
Cheers!